Hello everyone, this is Akash Chauhan, and in today's video session we are going to learn how to set up MySQL Server on your PC. It doesn't matter whether you have Windows or Mac, we are going to discuss both of the setups, okay? So it would be super easy for you guys to have this setup done on your PC. One more thing, why we need to have this MySQL Server on your PC, we have already discussed in our previous video, so you can go and watch that video where we have discussed the use of MySQL Server and the need of MySQL Server, and also over the MySQL Server we are going to use SQL structured query language. So in today's video session we are only going to focus on the setup of MySQL Server and how do you know that you have successfully installed MySQL Server over your PC or not. This is the objective of the this video. The very first thing is we need to have the MySQL Server because we need to have database. We need to create some database of different tabular data format. Of different tabular database, we need to have MySQL Server in order to have some tables. So we would have our data in the form of tables, and MySQL Server would provide us the space to store those tables. And one more thing, MySQL Server understand only the SQL, the structured query language. Okay, so and along with this aspect, it means if the MySQL Server only understands the SQL query language, it means it would provide you the execution environment to execute the SQL query, the structured query language you are going to write. The SQL Server would provide you the space plus the execution environment which can understand the meaning of those structured query language. Okay, the queries you are going to write in SQL. So this is the objective of installing MySQL Server. What you need to do, whether you have Mac or Windows, it doesn't matter. I'll provide you this document. You just need to click on this link, okay, and follow the steps I'm going to share with you. You need to come down and have to click on MySQL community download option. I have also written these steps in the document I'm going to share with you, but you just need to follow. You can pause the video and install the MySQL Server along with watching the video. Next, click on this MySQL community server. You don't need to click anywhere else, just click MySQL community server option, okay, and it will detect your operating system. In my case I am using Mac, so it has detected Mac OS, but in your case it would detect different, let's say Microsoft Windows it would detect if you're going to use Windows operating system. Okay, in my case it is the Mac OS, so I'm going to download DMG file. It is specific for the Mac OS, so I'm going to download this option. Okay, in your case you would be having this Windows. If you are using Windows, then you would be having this MSI installer. So you would have two MSI installer. You have to choose the larger size. So this would also require the internet connection, so we don't need that. So we need what you need to install is this larger size MSI installer. First you download it and then follow the steps I'm going to share with you. Okay, so in case of macOS or Windows, you just need to click on appropriate download option. Let's say in my case I'm clicking on this. You don't need to log in or sign up. Okay, I'll show you. After clicking the download, it will show you login or sign up. You just go here and click on no thanks, just start my download. After that, it would ask you the appropriate location where you want to download the MySQL. Okay, so you can choose the location. I have already installed MySQL, so I'm not going to download it and install it. I'll show you the steps, but this is the way to download the appropriate setup. Okay, it doesn't matter whether you have Windows or Mac. Okay, after downloading the setup, what you need to do, simply click on the setup. If it is a MSI installer or it is the DMG file, you have the same options to follow. What I'm going to discuss, two important options I'm going to discuss, which are very important for you. Okay, so the very first thing is you have to choose server only option. You would have different options, server client only. You have to choose server only option if it is okay. In when the setup is going to ask you the username or the short name, you can write any name, just the recommended name is root. So in small letters you write root. This is very important, and you need to note down these username and password of the database you are going to create. Okay, so the database you are going to create, it would ask you to the username and the password at the middle of the window. Okay, so it doesn't matter you are going to use Mac or Windows, it would ask you to the same options. So at that point you have to choose username as a root and password as a root. Okay, because we don't want to remember the password and the username, so we want to by default set it to the root and root. So whenever we are going to enter into the database, we only need to write root and root in place of user and the password. So this is the basic step. After successfully completing all these steps, that it is the time to check if we have successfully installed MySqL Server or not. So in case of Mac, I'll show you the Mac, okay, and describe you the options you would apply in Windows. So first I'll show you how do you know if you have properly installed MySqL Server in a system or not. So what you need to do in case of Mac, go to the system preferences. Okay, here we have this system preferences option, and in this preferences option you would be able to see this MySqL option. So if you are not able to see the MySqL option, it means you have not successfully installed MySqL Server. So what you would do if your option is not there, you successfully uninstall the software, delete the software and reinstall it, and follow the same steps I have mentioned in the video. So after clicking on SQL Server, okay, you have this option to start and stop. Okay, you have this option to start. So if you do not start this option, if you do not start the server, you wouldn't be able to access the database in your system. You wouldn't be able to do anything in a SQL Server. So in case of Mac, you have to start. It would ask you to the credentials of your system, because it would start this server and add it into the task manager. So now as you can see, there is an option of stop. It means your server has started. Okay, so make sure that you would have this option over here, and whenever you don't have any work, please make sure to stop the MySqL Server. Otherwise it would consume your CPU unnecessarily, which is not good. Okay, so it means our system, our server has started. Okay, this is clear, and we need to run these command into the command line. So what I'll do, I'll open the command line. In case of Mac, it is called terminal. So I'll open the terminal and simply write it or paste it over there. Okay, in order to access my MySqL Server, so simply write MySql-u root, because we have chosen username as a root, -p means the password. If I enter, okay, let me increase the size so it would be visible. So I'll type simply root. Okay, so in my case it is different. Okay, because so I'll type. Okay, so in my case the password is different. In your case it would be root. So as you can see, we are in the MySqL server. In order to check if you are your server is working or not, you can type this command, show databases. So it would show you the different kind of databases you have. So these are the proper steps to know if you have successfully installed and your MySqL Server is running in your system properly or not. This is in case of Mac. If you have Windows, then what you need to do, after installing, if you search for MySqL, it would show you a different terminal for MySqL. Okay, so if you are able to see the MySqL, then it would be great, but you need to start the server in order to apply these operations like I have applied. I have run this command over here, and so in order to do that in Windows, you need to go to the task manager, go to the services. You would be able to see MySqL Server. It might have stopped in passive cases. What you need to do, you simply right click on that, right click on MySQL Server and start. There would be an option of start, and then you run these commands. Okay, run these commands in terminal. Okay, run these command in case of Windows, it is called cmd command prompt, or you can directly search the MySQL terminal in your Windows. So you would have a different terminal for MySQL. You can apply the same work over there. Okay, so this is what you need to do. So after these commands I have already discussed you, it would forward you to the MySQL server. As you can see, you can see I am inside the MySQL server. So these are the proper steps. Okay, and please make sure whenever you try to work in command prompt or in the terminal of Mac, people usually forget to start and stop the server. So in case of Mac, you go to the system preferences. Okay, as I have told you, go to the system preferences, and over here you can start and stop your server. Okay, so as my work is finished, I can simply click on a stop and it server would get stopped. Okay, in case of Windows, again you go to the task manager, go to the services and go to the MySQL. If your work is finished, then you can right click on the MySQL server and stop it. Okay, or if you are going to start the work, then you can start it. And these are the commands I have already mentioned you over there. If you want to enter into your MySQL, you can simply go to the terminal and again type these. But I think in Windows you don't need to type these commands, because I have opened it through the terminal. In your case, in Windows, you would directly be able to find this MySQL terminal. It might ask you, it should ask you for the password, I guess, the password or the username directly. Okay, so this is about how we can set up or install MySQL Server over your PC, whether you have Windows or MacBook Air, it doesn't matter. This is what you have to do. Okay, I'll share this document and this link, and if you are not able to click on this document, still it is fine. Simply find the mysql.com website and go to the download. You would be able to find the same link. Okay, in Udemy sometime they don't want us to provide you the external link, so it might not I might not be able to provide you the link, but I'll try. Okay, so what you can do, you can simply go to the mysql.com and simply go to the download and try to follow the step. I have also mentioned the steps you have to follow in case you forget. Okay, so this is all for this video, and I hope you would have the great day, and thank you so much.